Sudah ada perwakilan-perwakilan dari Astruli, lalu Aspubi, Banyu, Garo Agri and Livestock Farm. Lalu ada juga dari Sevelars, Fistex, TX, kemudian PT Kelola Mina Laut, Buana Tama, Fajar Abadi. Saya kira masih ada yang lain, tapi mohon maaf apabila belum tersebut. Sekali lagi, terima kasih sudah berkenan untuk hadir. Em, Jadi Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, webinar ini diselenggarakan atas kerjasama dari Kementerian Kelautan dan Perikanan Indonesia, juga Global Sustainable Seafood Initiative, GSSI, dan UNIDO, Global Quality and Standard Program Indonesia yang dibiayai oleh SECO, the Swiss State Secretariat for Economic Affairs. Jadi seafood ini yang seperti yang kita ketahui bersama adalah komoditas makanan global yang paling utama diperdagangkan untuk menyediakan sumber protein bagi 3,1 miliar orang. Jadi kalau kita ketahui juga bersama bahwa industri ini mengalami pertumbuhan dan perkembangan yang signifikan meskipun mengalami fluktuasi pada pandemi yang lalu. Eh, dengan potensi yang sangat besar, mempromosikan produk dan perusahaan seafood menjadi hal yang sangat penting untuk membantu meningkatkan ekonomi lokal maupun global, juga untuk meningkatkan permintaan dan penjualan, serta mendukung nelayan, pengolah, dan pengecer. Namun, sistem seafood ini masih terfragmentasi, jadi sulit bagi berbagai aktor untuk saling terhubung. Oleh sebab itu, Seafood Map membantu merevolusi sistem seafood yang terfragmentasi tersebut, menciptakan sistem yang lebih terkoneksi. Pada hari ini, kami berusaha memperkenalkan Seafood Map GSSSI. Telah hadir bersama kita bersama, yaitu Laura yang bergabung dari Amsterdam yang akan menjelaskan mengapa ada Seafood Map, kemudian bagaimana konsepnya dan bagaimana kerjanya. Jadi melalui webinar ini kami berharap dapat meningkatkan kesadaran akan pentingnya mempromosikan produk dan perusahaan perikanan, kemudian juga memperkenalkan Seafood Map dari GSSI, juga memanfaatkan alat promosi yang ada sebagai salah satu opsi, yaitu Seafood Map dari GSSI untuk mempromosikan produk dan perusahaan perikanan. Baik Ibu dan Bapak sekalian, webinar pada hari ini terdiri dari 3 bagian. Yang pertama yaitu pembukaan, lalu paparan, diikuti dengan diskusi, lalu penutup. Untuk memasuki sesi pertama, kami undang perwakilan dari UNIDO GKSP Indonesia, National Chief Technical Advisor Pak Sudari untuk menyampaikan sambutan sekaligus membuka webinar pada hari ini. Silakan Pak.
Baik, terima kasih Mbak Anik. Bapak Ibu sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning Laura. Selamat siang dan terima kasih para Ibu sekalian. Alhamdulillah pada siang hari ini kita melakukan webinar terkait dengan Seafood Map ini. So first of all, I'd like to thank GSSI, in particular Laura, for your availability to speak after you delay, postponing. So I think this is our first time with Laura, but not the first time with GSSI. Yeah, we have several occasions last time with GSSI webinar and also during the event in in SEG, yeah, especially in Ocean Conference in Portugal last 2 years. So I think this is part of the collaboration between UNIDO and GSSI. And I'd like to we are very grateful for GSSI in promoting this Seafood Map. I think this is already in the in the final state, yeah. And hopefully this can help Indonesian seafood industry to promote their activities, works related to sustainability. Jadi Bapak Ibu sekalian, ini kami pertama-tama terima kasih pada Kementerian Kelautan dan Perikanan yang telah memfasilitasi kegiatan ini. kemudian juga kepada Bapak Ibu peserta yang telah hadir pada hari ini, meskipun tidak banyak, tapi alhamdulillah cukup mewakili dari berbagai stakeholders ya. Dan memang ini sudah direncanakan cukup lama, jadi kami laksanakan ini meskipun bentrok dengan event yang lain ya. Dan ini kebetulan di Jen PTS juga ada kegiatan di beberapa tempat, dan saya sendiri lagi di Bappenas nih ada Blue Food workshop. Jadi jadi mungkin nanti saya juga menyimak secara online. Jadi terima kasih atas partisipasinya juga kepada etnis kami Pak Faiz ya, dan juga Mbak dari tim kami yang telah mempersiapkan ini. Mudah-mudahan ini bermanfaat untuk kita semua, dan nanti kita simak sama-sama kira-kira apa yang bisa kita eh, manfaatkan dari seafood map ini. Karena saya tahu bahwa promosi penting, ya, mempromosikan produk dan companies, tapi dengan semakin kompetisi yang semakin ketat, permintaan luar negeri yang bayar yang semakin bervariasi dan semakin ketat, bukan hanya terkait dengan quality dan safety, tapi juga terkait dengan sustainability, maka platform-platform seperti Seafood Map ini sangat penting. Jadi selain mungkin promosi secara fisik, seperti exhibition, seafood show, tapi platform ini barangkali bisa bermanfaat karena ini gratis ya, free. Jadi mungkin bisa bermanfaat untuk Bapak Ibu sekalian nanti menyimak apa yang kita bisa ambil manfaat dari Seafood Map ini. Jadi saya kira itu, with this I'd like to officially open the webinar, dan terima kasih, selamat mengikuti, dan mudah-mudahan ini nanti diskusinya bisa berkembang dan bermanfaat untuk kita semua. Sekian, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih Pak Sudari yang sudah membuka webinar pada hari ini. Memasuki sesi paparan, kami undang salah satu tim ahli kami dari Unido GGSP, yaitu Pak Faizin, untuk memberikan sedikit pengantar mengenai promosi produk perikanan. Silakan Pak.
Oke, baik, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi ya. Good morning to Miss Laura, Miss Gigi, dan selamat sore di Indonesia ya khususnya ya. Baik, terima kasih atas kesempatannya. Thank you for this opportunity. I think I will not give more about the material, because the main material is from Miss Laura. But I think the market linkage is very important thing and become as like a main engine of industry. Jadi memang pasar ini merupakan satu yang sangat penting menurut saya, menjadi mesin penggerak utama di industri. Jadi kalau kita punya produk apapun itu, sebagus apapun, tapi kalau marketnya tidak tercipta, maka ini juga menjadi kendala juga buat kita semuanya. I think the seafood map will give a good opportunity for all of us to develop and enlarge the market, to promote our product. And I think better let's follow this webinar. I think will open our mind, our view to have a better marketing strategy. And then mari kita coba ikutin bersama. Jadi ini kesempatan kita bisa mendapatkan market linkage itu dari mana saja. Bisa dari ikut langsung di acara-acara pameran, exhibition, seperti saat ini ada di ITE atau Indonesia Trade Expo atau Trade Expo Indonesia. Itu juga banyak buyer, kita bisa interaksi di sana. Tetapi ini kita juga manfaatkan yang menurut saya online ini, di platform ini akan lebih luas lagi, dan effortnya tidak seperti yang kita lakukan ketika kita melakukan exhibition secara langsung. I had the experience how to open new market, getting new customer need very hard effort. I joined the exhibition, bring the sample, made a good booth, good view, good backdrop, and also make some brochure. This is very much effort. I think saya kira dengan kita ikut di Seafood Map ini, kita bisa coba manfaatkan apa yang kita punya, kita bisa show, kita promosikan.
We lost you, Pak Faiz. Pak Faiz.
I think he got problem with the connection. Hello, Pak Faiz. Breezy.
Okay, Mbak Anik, I think can continue.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the next presentation is the main presentation. We would like to invite Laura, manager from GSSI, to present about the seafood on the introduction to Seafood Map. Please, Laura.
Thank you, Anik, and thank you everyone for the warm introduction and for inviting us here to present today to your partners. Also, Sundari, yes, this is my first time joining UNIDO and GQSP and the ministry, but of course we know that UNIDO has been part of our partnership as an affiliated partner for a long time. And you have been also very instrumental in implementing and defining the seafood map concept, which is what I want to present today. So I want to start with the introduction of GSSI, what we do. So GSSI is the largest pre-competitive public and private organization, and we have more than 100 partners across the globe. We have about 70 funding partners and 20 affiliated partners, one of which UNIDO is part of. And pretty much we are a big network, and we create tools to promote. Yes.
Sorry, because my computer is suddenly off. I don't know what happened. I think please continue by joining this seafood map. Hope we will all get the new market linkage, customer contact, and other chance for success on the market. I think please continue, Ms. Laura. For me, it's enough just to support my partners, my colleagues to get the better experience, better opportunity, and I think good chance. Thanks. Okay, okay, please go ahead. Yes, okay.
Okay. So yeah, we are a big network that pretty much our main purpose is to give a platform to work towards a sustainable seafood for everyone. Of course, because we want to generate healthier waters, increase job generation, economic growth, and reduce food insecurity. So this whole network pretty much actionates or builds tools that are based on the FAO guidelines. And pretty much what we do is we take FAO guidelines and we actionate them in the private or in the seafood sector. So one of the tools that I want to talk about today, which is based on the FAO guidelines and the SDGs, is the seafood map. So some of you, yeah, the next slide, please. So some of you may know the seafood map, but I wanted to start with why the organization created and came together to create this concept of the seafood map. Pretty much because over half of all the seafood, about 58% of the world of seafood remains unassessed, meaning that it is not part of a certification program or a FIP or something like that. So it's important to create a platform to initiate and drive sustainability efforts, regardless of operation size. So next slide, please. So, of course, you may know that seafood is one of the biggest proteins that are consumed in the world, and pretty much small-scale fisheries are critical in providing all of that seafood that the world needs. But unfortunately, some of the producers or suppliers don't have enough resources or incentives to continue to promote and improving their sustainability journey. So the seafood map, like its main aim is to close that gap. So pretty much why am I saying this? Because usually what I was saying, the certification programs or the FAPEs are usually targeted to more sophisticated actors and are usually complex and costly. So the seafood map would be a tool that is more simple and for easy access. If we go to the next slide, where I'm explaining what is the Seafood Map. So it is an user-friendly app that has been platform, sorry, that has been developed over the last 4 years with an input of more than 100 stakeholders, part of which UNIDO was part of this group, also industry associations, and as well producers, big scale, small scale, buyers, retailers. Like we brought together the whole seafood value chain, taking advantage of our big platform and our big partnership to sit together and like understand and come up with this concept and define what is it that we need. So we created with these all 100 stakeholders this concept, and the idea of Seafood Map is to track, report, and enhance all the sustainability initiatives within the seafood supply chain, pretty much to drive the continued improvement at that is like possible and affordable for everyone regardless of their size. So we go to the next slide.
Laura, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Your voice kind of echoing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like double voices. So I'm not sure if the other experience the same.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's echoing like double. Your voice is double.
Oh. I don't know if it's my speaker or my microphone.
Do you use two devices or more? Perhaps the other device should be turned off, or I mean the volume.
I only joined with one device.
Okay. So okay, then please go ahead. We will try to catch.
Okay. I'm gonna better now or same?
Still same actually.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, it's okay. We can still hear you clearly, but it's a bit echoing. Maybe too close to your mic, maybe, or you can try. You can just continue. We will. Now you are muted.
Okay. I hope people can hear me. If not, we can, of course, we're gonna share this slide.
Yes.
So pretty much what Seafood Map is, it wants to give visibility to all the stakeholders, regardless of their size and their sustainability level, or in the journey where they are in their sustainability, to bridge the gap between the ones that are experienced and the ones that need more help. So pretty much the Seafood Map will serve as a research platform, where all actors will provide or information or also resources further to have. My voice got worse. Okay. Maybe I will try to leave and join again. I'm gonna leave and join again. Give me a sec.
Our oceans have been pushed beyond planetary boundaries. But we can become better stewards of our fisheries and ocean resources by aligning on shared goals for a more sustainable future. Welcome to Seafood Map, a unique platform to help producers share their expertise and story and join their path of continuous improvement. Built on a foundation of truly transformative principles and practices, Seafood Map brings together producers, buyers, and programs, fostering connections that lets buyers turn their commitments into action, while guiding producers to adopt effective solutions to their greatest challenges, from aquaculture to ocean fisheries, helping us all reach the UN Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. It's a movement of changemakers, both above and below the water. And the time to join is now. Our oceans have been pushed beyond planetary boundaries. But we can become better stewards of our fisheries and ocean resources by aligning on shared goals for a more sustainable future. Welcome to Seafood Map, a unique platform to help producers share their expertise and story and join their path of continuous improvement. Built on a foundation of truly transformative principles and practices, Seafood Map brings together producers, buyers, and programs, fostering connections that lets buyers turn their
Halo Laura.
Hello, can you hear me
Yes,
now?
yes, it's clearer than before.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. I also joined with my phone, so if we have any other problems, I will go on my phone as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry for that. So yeah, as I was saying, and also thanks for showing the video. So yeah, so pretty much what Seafood Map is a platform that empowers players to map, share, and collaborate on their sustainability journey and share what are their practices on where they are. So pretty much it is based on a language that is geared on the SDGs, and also we have other food icons that I will explain later what they do. But if we go to the next slide on who is the Seafood Map platform for, is like, despite the other platforms that we have in the world, the Seafood Map is for everyone, all actors across the industry, where producers will share their information, but also buyers can also share what are the goals that they care about and where are they working towards and where do they want to reach. But also it is for NGOs or investors to also go in, check the information that is there, and look for potential initiatives that they care about. So the Seafood Map will work as a matchmaking platform, where if I'm a producer and I share ideas of I care about gender empowerment or about climate change, and then there's a buyer or an investor that also care about the similar things and they are buying or investing in the same species, then the idea is that everyone will be connected in the same place. So yeah, if we go to the next slide, please. So as I was saying, the Seafood Map is for everyone, from harvesters to producers, but also from small scale operators to the big players, where they can share, learn, and connect. That's the main idea of the Seafood Map, to foster those connections that normally would never happen. Then if we go to the next slide, so pretty much how the Seafood Map works, the users will enter information, register information about their products, their services, what are their practices, and then they will have different validation levels on how this data is validated. So as I was saying before, users can connect, share, learn, and interact in this collaborative space where everyone is a safe space where everyone can share and learn in the same place. So if we go to the next slide, in the milestones, the next one, I want to take time to show you where are we coming from and where are we going to. So the next slide, please. So Seafood Map, as I said, started from a collaboration from our partnership and beyond. So we started in 2018 in the scoping and conceptualization phase. So this was a phase where everyone sat together, started to identify what the sector needed, where we wanted to go. So this was that phase. Then in 2022 and 2023, we had the platform design and sector engagement. I think this is when UNIDO was part of our conversations. So pretty much is when everyone came together, they say, okay, well, have identified the problem in 2018 and 2021, then in 2022, 2023, people started to say, okay, let's sit together, develop the concept, develop the framework that I'm going to explain later. And that's when we started having all of those discussions. We created some case studies. And then in 2023, we finished the design phase and we launched our website, which is the seafoodmap.org. This website was launched in Barcelona, where UNIDO was also part of this launch. And then pretty much that was the ending of this design phase. As I was saying, we have developed the concept, the framework. We know what we want to do, which is what I just explained. But now this year in 2024, which is when I joined the organization, we are moving forward on the implementation plan. So this year I have been working on finding ways of course, seeking for resources and also seeking for partnerships on how to implement this platform. So something that I want to be clear is we have the concept, we have the framework, but the platform itself, the place doesn't exist yet. This is something that I'm envisioning to start developing next year with IT developers. But here that we have the platform, this is how we envision that the platform would look like. So as I was saying, the Seafood Map uses a framework that creates this common language that can be used across the world in a standardized way. So we start with the principles, we have 10 principles for aquaculture and 10 principles for fishery. And these principles are based on one common language, which is the SDGs. So pretty much, if you're a producer, you can go to the website and hear what are the principles that I'm contributing to. Then there are practices. So of course, each principle has a practice associated. So when you go there in the platform, you will share, okay, this is what I'm doing to comply with these practices. And then of course, we will have data validation at different levels. So of course, as participants go and share the information they have in the platform with the principles, then the food icons, which are the ones you see on the left-hand side of the platform, those food icons would illuminate depending on the practices that you share and also on different data validations that you have. So we will start with a self-assessment questionnaire that is going to be a simple questionnaire that will inform what are the principles and the practices that you contribute to. But also, of course, it will depend on how much information the producers want to share and how much information others want to have access to. So then we'll have second-party verification, also third-party verification if there are like some assurances or certification available. And then one of the last levels that we will have ideally is real-time data. But of course, as I was saying, the platform the development hasn't started yet. We are on the making. Now we have the concept, so this is where we're working on. And then if we go to the next slide, this is just a very brief example of what the Seafood Map has and what it does not do. I'm not gonna spend more time on this. You have the slides, but finally, I invite you to visit the website. To check it out. We have a pin for UNIDO where we are sharing the examples that we did with them. But this is just an example of how the Seafood Map would look. But as I was saying, I envision that this platform is starts the development next year, and of course, we will be talking with UNIDO to see how could we eventually partner with all of you and include you in our website and in our platform. Yeah, that's all from my side. I'm sorry about the tech problems, but I hope I was clear enough, and then you have access to this slide. Also, if you have questions or you would like to have more information, this is my email or this is the CIFUTMAP email. But also you can visit our website, cifutmap.org, or also our DCSI.org, which is, it explains our whole organization, the partnership that we have. And yes, thank you so much. And over to you, Annie.
Thank you, Laura. I saw in the last PowerPoint, last slide, there's a pin of UNIDO. Is that the example of the map? Can we try to open it now or not?
Yes, we can try to open it.
Okay. We can show the audience then. Mbak Ang, can we click on the map to show the audience about how the seafood map looks like?
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, there you go. So this is the example that we have right now from UNIDO. Of course, if, like UNIDO is a partner, so they will have this badge of DSI partner. Then we explain like the name and then what is it that they do. We share pictures of like their operations, and then we go low. Then you will see what are the practices and food icons that particular program from UNIDO is contributing to, and also which SDGs are they tackling with their initiative. So yeah, this is an example of how it looks, and yeah, because we did like a project with UNIDO while we were developing framework. We did a case study with them, so that's how it look. You can go yourself and check the website. There are more other examples across all over the world. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Your voice is echoing again. Can we try perhaps using your phone? Maybe your voice is better. You can open the mic from your phone maybe, but you keep the camera from your laptop. Perhaps we can try this mode too. Okay, Bu Yanti, thank you so much for your participation. I see
Thank you, Mbak.
Yeah, terima kasih Bu
Thank
Yanti.
you.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm back. Can you hear me well?
Yes,
Okay.
I can hear you well.
Yeah, Laura.
Oke, Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, kita sekarang memasuki ke Bu Yanti. Ada pertanyaan mungkin untuk sebelum keluar dari Zoom atau komentar?
Sementara belum. Saya udah catch up all the information from Laura, so saya akan berikan feedback nanti lewat email aja ya.
Oke, iya.
Oke.
Bu Yanti have
Yeah.
met Laura in person ya, Bu Yanti ya?
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
oke.
yeah, because the time is very tight, so many meetings this afternoon, so I have to continue another meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
nice to see you, Yanti. Yeah, we
Yeah,
met in Barcelona this year.
Yeah. Thank you, Laura. Nice to
Thank
meet you
you. Nice to
again.
see you
Yeah.
again.
Thank you, Bu
Yeah.
Yanti.
Bye.
Okay. For this session, we will open for a question from participants. Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, silakan kalau ada pertanyaan, bukan kalau ada, semoga nih saya mengharapkan ada pertanyaan dari partisipan untuk memberikan komentar. Mungkin dimulai Pak Faiz dulu, mungkin kalau ada pertanyaan, monggo Pak.
Oh, baik, terima kasih Bu Anik. Jadi Seafood Map ini beberapa tahun lalu ya itu mitra kita yang dari Bali itu pernah ikut ngisi gitu ya. Cuman ada beberapa kesulitan gitu dalam mengisi itu. Some trouble, when they to complete the form, I think. Apakah ada semacam guidance bagaimana cara join? Karena kalau nggak salah banyak isiannya begitu.
Laura,
Mungkin
yeah. So
ya,
there's
terima
an
kasih.
experience from one of our partner from the association that tried to register to the seafood map, but they got difficulties in fill in the form because there are many question from the form. Is this still happen or not? And then second, is there any guidance to be registered in seafood map?
Yeah, so for now, what we have developed is a very simple format that if you go in our website under the map, it says get your pin on the map. And then you will filling a very, very simple format that says ask for your name of organization, and an email, which will pretty much help us to create a database on potential users that we will like onboard in once we develop the platform. So once we receive that very small form that has 5 questions, I think, then I will review the information and you will receive a survey. So this survey has about 10 questions. I don't know if those are the questions that you're talking about or were the questions before when we were doing the case studies. But these 10 questions that I'm talking about, they only ask for what are the species that you are producing or you buy or you care about, and also which principles, 10 of the 10 principles for aqua or for fisheries that your initiative is contributing to. So then the principles you can check on our website, what do they mean? And then we ask for pictures and for a quote from someone or organization. And the idea of this is to gather data, but also to start that storytelling kind of approach that we have, because that's the main idea of the seafood map, to share sustainability progress and initiatives in a storytelling way. So what we encourage our users to do is to share, for instance, which SDGs they are contributing to, so they can tell us what has been their story. So this is like the very simple form that we have created, but then again, this is like the example of what we have now. What we envision to develop next year and beyond is a very simple form that is like closed questions. So for instance, ABC questions that people can have access to and share, but with a very simplified language. Of course, we will start with English, but then our Envision tool will have different languages available as well.
Oh, the next seafood map version will be more simpler, and then with option with different languages.
Yeah. So yeah, it will start with English, of course, because that's I mean, for the developers that we have explored, like this, let's say that's the common language. But then once we have developed that part, we would like to have different languages as well. Yeah.
Baik. Jadi Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, tadi Laura menginformasikan bahwa di platform yang sedang dibuat itu untuk mendaftar sudah dibuat format yang lebih simple dengan 5 pertanyaan. Kemudian setelah pertanyaannya dijawab, lalu akan dikirimkan survei untuk mengetahui lebih detail mengenai komoditas Bapak dan Ibu dari perusahaan Bapak dan Ibu, lalu lokasi juga gambar, kemudian quotes. Quotes ini maksudnya untuk membuat memberikan opportunity, kesempatan untuk Bapak dan Ibu mengenalkan perusahaan Bapak dan Ibu dengan cerita. Sehingga mungkin lebih dekat, maksudnya ya, lebih dekat untuk mengenal profil dari perusahaan Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Selanjutnya mungkin ada pertanyaan lain, kami persilahkan. Saya lihat tadi sepertinya ada Dari perwakilan-perwakilan, mungkin dari Astruli ada pertanyaan? Mbak Yoda menghilang ya. Kemudian dari tadi Aspubi sudah, dari Pak Faiz ya. Banyu ini siapa ya? Perwakilan dari Banyu mungkin? Oke. Gigi, are you with me? Do you have any question from Blue U?
Hi, Yannick. Hello, Laura.
Halo.
No, well, thank you very much, Laura, for the presentation. I think this is a very important tool. And I actually filled up the form a few months ago, and I wanted to follow up with you because I didn't hear back so far from you. But I guess we can discuss that through another meeting. But yeah, no, we are very happy if we can be part of that. I think it's always important to have this kind of, map that can showcase and gather all this important information about sustainable programs. So yeah, we are very happy to be part of that.
Thank you, Gigi, for sharing your interest to Seafood Map. Laura, would you like to respond to Gigi?
Yeah, I'm gonna check if you didn't receive the form for the survey, the SurveyMonkey survey, but I remember seeing Blue U signing up. So let me double check and I can email you back.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Laura, for responding to Gigi's comment. So, silakan kalau ada pertanyaan, Bapak dan Ibu. Okay, while waiting, Laura, I saw on the last slides you show us about 10 principles, and then during the verification step, is that the step that we have to follow during the registration, or it just can you elaborate more about that?
So yeah, once of course the platform is live, then what the producer will have to fill in at the beginning will be the self-assessment questionnaire. So then that self-assessment, the idea is to identify like what are the practices that the producers or the buyers are using and which principles they are contributing to. So it's gonna be like a form, like a questionnaire. As I said, we envision to have a very simple one to collect data that is easy, accessible, and that we think everyone will have access to. Of course, once we develop this, we have an idea of the questionnaire that we want to have, but we will need to make tests and trials and see if people really have this information at hand or not. So this is like the first step, and this is the first validation point. So once the platform grows, the idea is to have the other verification levels. So a second-party verification, how we call it, would be, for instance, uploading a document that validates the information that you put. So for example, if you have, I don't know, if you say that you have 2 workers, for instance, then if that information you want to share it, and if it's possible to share it, then you could upload that information. So that will be the second party verification, to upload that data or to upload pictures, or for instance, if you say that you are conducting a project in energy efficiency, so then you can put, okay, so I invested in this for energy efficiency, or I have this project ongoing. Then the third party verification is if we're talking about certification. So for instance, if a company or if a producer has certification with one of the certification schemes or something like that, then the idea is to have that data available there. And then the last validation level, which is live data. So we envision to have like connections with other platforms. So there's the Global Fishing Watch or others that can track live data of where the vessels are. So that will be a final level of validation that will be live data. So it's different steps, but the way we envision it to start is at least to have the self-assessment questionnaire that is going to be the producers sharing what they're doing and what practices they are contributing to. And then the idea is to scale up to those different validation levels.
I see. So there are 3 steps of validations and verification, and then 1 validation, live validation.
Yeah, if that data is available, of course.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
it's not mandatory to so you can just pass until the end.
Yeah, it's not mandatory. It also depends on the producer what they want to share, what they want to share. So, of course, everyone will have to first share like their self-assessment questionnaire and feeling what they're doing. And of course, they don't have to comply with everything. They just can fill in what they do. So if, for instance, they contribute to principle 1 and principle 2, but not to the rest, they don't have to fill in the rest if they don't have any practice that they are doing those principles. So it really depends on the operation that the producer does.
Okay. So we have one hand raised here from Mbak Safira Tasya. Mbak Safira atau Mbak Tasya saya panggilnya nih?
Safira, boleh Mbak?
Mbak Safira, monggo Mbak. Perkenalkan diri dulu ya Mbak, monggo. Suaranya mungkin lebih keras ya?
Halo, apa lebih jelas ya sekarang Mbak?
Masih belum, bisa lebih keras lagi, mungkin lebih dekat ke mic.
Halo, sudah lebih jelas Mbak sekarang?
Oke.
Semoga. Mungkin perkenalkan dulu Mbak, nama saya Safira Tasya, saya dari Aquaref, mau bertanya, Seafood Map sendiri kan tadi saya ikuti banyak komoditas yang tersedia ya, maksudnya menyediakan berbagai pilihan komoditas. Nah, apakah kita saat sudah mendaftar itu tetap bisa mengakses dari informasi dari komoditas-komoditas lainnya, Mbak? Mungkin itu pertanyaan pertama. Terus yang kedua mungkin karena ini kan Seafood Map ini menyediakan berbagai informasi dari rantai pasokan hasil laut. Seafood berarti juga memungkinkan ya Mbak untuk misalnya mencari partner ataupun customer seperti itu Mbak. Mungkin itu dari saya Mbak.
Oke, terima kasih Mbak Safira atas pertanyaannya. Laura, there's Mbak Safira from apa tadi Mbak? Dari
Aquaref Mbak, Aquaref.
Aquaref. Aquaref. Okay. So she was asking that the registration was based on commodities, right?
Yeah, on species.
Yeah, species. So
Yeah.
is it possible to access information from other commodities? And then second question is whether it is possible to link with other partners or finding partners from other commodities in the Seafood Map.
Yeah, that's the idea. So the idea is that everyone share what species they are producing or buying, for example. So yeah, that's one of the main characteristics of Seafood Map, to allow connections and to do that matchmaking. So for instance, if you produce shrimp and then you want to meet someone that is also producing shrimp in other part of the world, or someone else that is producing tilapia or milkfish or something like that, you can make those connections because the platform will allow to filter for species or commodities, or for also other practices that they do, or SDGs. So for example, if you want to see someone else that is doing a program or a project related to zero hunger on one of the SDGs, then you can filter that. And also per country. So if you want to focus on a specific country, for instance, Indonesia or somewhere else, you can also filter and see which producers are there or buyers are there. So yeah, it will allow to do that.
Mbak Safira, oh Mbak Safiranya hilang. Oh masih. Mbak Safira, Mbak Safira ada tambahan lagi pertanyaannya?
Cukup Mbak, terima kasih
Cukup,
banyak.
oke.
Ya.
Yeah. Laura, so I would like to know deeper then how we connect when we find, so we search, there's a database, and then how we contact the others.
Well, the idea is that people will have if they want to share, of course, they will have their names, their emails, but also there will be a place where you will have access to reviews from, if you have, like the LinkedIn reviews, for example, or if you're buying in Amazon, like you could read the reviews of a producer or a product, for example. So then you can see, okay, so this person is producing shrimp in Indonesia. So then you can see, okay, I want to see what they have, and then you can read the reviews that other users have left this user there. But also you can connect with their email, their name, and yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So if we click something on the maps, on the information, then it will link to an email.
Yeah. If the
Oh.
producer shares that information, it will be available.
I
Yeah.
see. How about
Mhm.
call? Is it possible for
How about
call
what? Sorry.
phone? Is it also display the phone number of the company?
Yeah. So in the self-assessment questionnaire, we ask for those details, and then we will ask for name, contact, so email, website, and phone number. Of course, the information will be available if the producer themselves share that information. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Oke, Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, apakah ada pertanyaan lain? Silahkan. Yang masih belum jelas dari presentasi tadi mungkin. Oke, kalau belum ada, saya masih ada. Laura, I would like to follow up from our discussion on verification steps. So how long for the verification? Is it an automatic verification, or we have to wait for several days, or how?
Yeah, we don't know yet because we haven't developed the platform, but it depends on the different tech solutions that we're exploring right now.
Okay.
One of them offers like instant verification, so it depends on when the producers share like the documents or whatever that they are sharing to validate that information, then we can do like the match and see if that information is there. So yeah, it will depend on the developer that we choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when do you think the platform will be ready? I think everyone would like to try because some of them already trying to register for the platform.
Yeah, that's a good question. So the organization envisions that we start the platform development next year, and the different data providers that we have explored, they are like the time frame that we have for the platform development would be around 3-4 months, max 5 months. So probably by next year, if everything goes well, we will have different onboarding campaigns to have, to invite producers and buyers to fill in the information. So
Okay.
if everything goes well and the resources are available, we hope that a year from now we will have a platform with onboarded users.
Baik, jadi platformnya sekarang masih dalam development, jadi sedang dibuat. Kira-kira memerlukan 3-5 bulan untuk siap digunakan platformnya. But Laura, meanwhile during the development, can anyone join the Seafood Map?
Yeah, so what we're doing right now is collecting at least data of potential users. So you can go in the website, it says the Seafood Map, then you will find the map, but below the map it says get your pin on the map. So then if you click there, then you will have this very small form that asks you for 5 questions. So you will have, we're asking for name, email, and name of your organization, just for us to create that database and see like once we have a platform, then we can connect those users and share the information. So yeah, that's a very simple form for us just to have that user database or contacts that database.
Oke, baik Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Jadi selagi platformnya sedang dibuat, kita juga bisa mendaftarkan untuk mengisi, nanti ada tanya masuk ke Seafood Map, ke JSSI. Laura, could you please show us about the pin on your map, pin your organ. What's that again?
I will share. Let me see if I can share my screen. I think you're seeing it now.
Not yet.
So
Okay,
now,
starting,
yeah.
but not yet. Okay, let us wait.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can see it now.
So this is our main website. So when you enter, you will have access to our website, which will look something like this. So then here we explain what is it that we're doing, what's our mission, the seafood map. We explain about the framework that I was talking about, which was the principles. This is a knowledge to action hub, pretty much where we are going to be sharing information that everyone will have access to. The community, which pretty much explains all of the stakeholders that were behind the creation of this platform. So then here you will have this banner that says join us and get your pin on the map. So if you click here, join now, it will take you to a very simple form, which was the one I was talking about. So this form will pretty much ask for email address, name, last name, the company or organization, and if you're a producer, a buyer, or a program. So once you subscribe here, then this will help us gather information on who you are, what you're doing, and pretty much create that contact database. So this is one way of doing it. Then also we go up here in the top of the platform. Then if we click on the seafood map, then this is the example of how the seafood map would look. So as I was saying, we already have some pins on the map, which have been examples that we created during the activator and some case studies. So for example, if we go to Indonesia here, then here we will have the example of Unido that I just showed earlier. So if you click it in find out more, then we will have the example of Unido, what they're doing, the practices and the SDGs that they contribute to. But then something interesting for you to check is the framework. So here in the framework part, we explain what do we talk about these principles and the practices and the food icons, which are pretty much how they illustrate the principles. So then if we click in each of these principles, then you will find out what is it that we are talking about with these principles, and of course, everything based on the SDGs. And then something else that I think is interesting for me to show you is the community. So as I was saying, we created the seafood map with more than 100 stakeholders and community members. So yeah, you can check here all the people that was involved in the creation of this concept.
Okay, thank you, Laura. So you were mentioned also in the seafood map, there's option for sharing information. What was that? My notes. Sharing information and also learning from other members. So is it member to member or GSSI will provide the information?
You mean like so if you have access to the map, if you will have like access to other producers?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the idea. So once you share information and everything and you're part of the seafood map, the idea is that you can connect with others. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Apakah ada pertanyaan Bapak dan Ibu? Okay, because I think I still have several questions.
Mohon izin Bu Ani.
Iya, silakan.
Ya, dari Muli. Iya.
Bentar, saya masih mencari nih.
Truly, Bu.
Dari Asli Bu.
Dari
udah.
Asli, Mbak Yoda ya?
Iya. Ini
Silakan
saya
Mbak
juga
Yoda.
menanggapi saja Bu, karena melihat platform ini ternyata banyak memberikan manfaat juga ya Bu, antara pihak pembudidaya dan juga dari industrinya juga, dan segala informasi itu masuk semua dalam platform tersebut. Ini kita apresiasi sekali ya Bu dari informasi yang tersedia pada platform ini. Mungkin untuk ini kan saya coba mengisi ada link kehadiran juga dan juga ada respon ketertarikan. Kalau misalkan dari saya sendiri pribadi memang menanggapnya ini satu hal yang positif. Namun ini juga saya coba komunikasikan kepada pengurus terkait dengan informasi kira-kira apakah memungkinkan jika informasi yang di yang dimasukkan tersebut terkait dengan kondisi rumput laut Indonesia, kemudian ada terkait dengan update harga pricing di wilayah-wilayah tertentu gitu Bu.
Oh, okay. So this
Kira-kira
is
sampai sedetail itukah informasi yang dimasukkan ke dalam website ini gitu?
oh, okay, baik.
Itu sih yang ingin saya coba tanyakan lebih lanjut kembali ya.
Baik, baik. Terima kasih Mbak Yoda. So Laura, it was Mbak Yoda representing from Indonesian Seaweed. She shared the appreciation for the seafood map ideas concept, that she also has visited your website, and she aware there are many information, important information that will be useful for all stakeholders. And since she's in the secretariat, she also informed to the members of the association and received some feedback and question as well. So one of the question from the association members was, is it possible for the GSSI or the seaweed map to provide information about seaweed? And also second, also about pricing, maybe the fluctuation of pricing of seaweed in the world or in any regions. Is it possible, and how detailed the information could be offered by Seaweed Map?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Actually, we are now creating kind of these campaigns on where to start implementing the seafood map, which species to start the onboarding phase with seafood map. Certainly seaweed, it's something that we have been exploring pretty much because well, it's a very sustainable crop, and also because it's gaining a lot of traction right now in seafood, pretty much for feed or for other purposes. So that's something certainly that we're looking at right now. So for sure, seaweed will have a place in the seafood map. So far, we have not envisioned pricing crops, if that's the question. So for instance, if we will have how much it costs to sell or buy certain species, we don't have that considered so far, like all of that market data. Yeah, we don't have it. What we have is pretty much explain what are the production processes, or how where in the sustainability journey the producer is at, or for them to share what practices they're contributing to, and also what are their goals as well. And also one part that we would like to include is some of the websites or platforms available, like the Seafood Watch. They have certain species and they have different color tracks on how where in the sustainability journey is certain species. So something else that we would like to have is per species is to make that connection with all of those platforms that are out there that share what are the good practices, what has been researched on, and how to improve certain things. But the market level of prices, yeah, we haven't considered it yet.
Okay, so members can promote in the platform. Is it correct?
Yeah, so yeah, that's the idea. So that they share what they're doing, they share their initiatives, they share, like where are they right now and where are they going. So
Oh,
it's an idea to like to have a profile to showcase their product and their species pretty much, and to share the good things that they are doing, or where do they have to learn and where do they have to have more resources on. So for instance, if the seaweed company, they want to learn more about, I don't know, something else related to seaweed, or learn how others are doing it in different parts of the world, like they will be able to connect with others and share information and like share good practices.
So I envision it like a LinkedIn, so you can post something in the forum. Is it like that?
It's more like you looking for people who have similar interests or similar values, and then you can connect with them. But you could leave reviews. So for instance, if you have been in contact with certain person, if you have buy with certain person, like you can leave reviews on I had a good experience, and like share how was your experience with this person, or share like I learned with this person this and that. Yeah.
Okay, since the title is Seafood Map, so when you open the link, so it will be the main what is it, appearance will be a map.
Yeah,
Is it? Okay. So
that will be the idea.
you click the pin on the map, and then there's an information showing up on the map. Is it correct?
Yeah. So the idea is to have like the main look and feel will be a map. So once you enter, you will have the map. So then if you are interested in Indonesia, so you go to the Indonesian part and see the different pins that you go to. And then once you click there, for example, in seaweed, then you say like, okay, I want to see who's producing seaweed, and then you find someone. You click on their user profile, and then once you click there, then you will have that dashboard that I was showing with the food icons. So I am contributing to 4 principles. So then that person can check that information on the principles per user.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How many companies now registered from Indonesia?
From Indonesia, let me see. I don't think we have much, because we have the examples, of course. So of course, Unido, we have it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we have one more that is PT Alter Trade, because with them we did the case study, Shrimp,
Okay.
once we were implementing the platform. So far we have 2.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we are really encouraging the others to join as well, right?
Yeah.
Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, sampai saat ini di Seafood Map terregister dua pin di map. Yang pertama Unido, yang kedua what was the second one?
PT Atina, Bu.
Oh,
PT Atina, yeah.
Oh, oke. PT Atina, it's in the East Java ya? Jawa Timur, bener nggak ya?
Ya,
Jawa
betul.
Timur, East Java, right, Laura? So,
Yeah.
ya, jadi Bapak dan Ibu mudah-mudahan sekarang sudah punya gambaran tentang Seafood Map, dan tadi beberapa sudah berusaha mengakses linknya, juga tadi sudah disampaikan di chat room. There's a link of all of about the Seafood Map, juga GSSI. Juga mungkin setelah webinar atau sambil mendengarkan kami tadi sudah bisa dicek linknya, juga sudah dilihat. Kalau ada ide-ide mungkin yang sebaiknya ada gitu di map, mungkin bisa juga disampaikan. PT Alter Trade Indonesia Atina. Oke. Terima kasih. Thank you. Kalau ada ide apa yang sebaiknya ada, mungkin juga bisa disampaikan lewat email ke di GSSI. Kemudian tadi kita sudah diskusi tentang pengenalan Seafood Map sendiri, juga kesulitan-kesulitan yang dialami ketika mengisi, juga sudah disampaikan tentang tentang format bagaimana cara pengisian. Jadi mudah-mudahan sudah lebih jelas dan mudah-mudahan juga tertarik untuk mendaftarkan company atau Laura, can we apply as a personal or is it only company?
So the users that we have now are producers. So
Producers.
or of course, yeah, like if it's aquaculture or fisheries, buyer, if you buy seafood, and we have other one that is called program. So like the Unido program. So
program.
if you have if you are implementing a program to improve something. So those are the three users that we are using now.
Okay, so if I'm a producer and I registered myself, I can as well, right? I can register myself.
But yeah, if you register with your company name or your yeah.
Oke, oke. Jadi perusahaan yang harus only company who can register.
Yeah, because like the idea is that you share like the initiatives that you're doing and to share, to share where you are, what you want to learn. It's not like a LinkedIn that you like a Facebook or something like that. It's more like you as a company or as a producer sharing what you're doing with your operations. Yeah.
Oke, thank you Laura for your clarification. Jadi Bapak dan Ibu mudah-mudahan tertarik untuk mendaftarkan perusahaannya sehingga semakin banyak poin-poin pin-pin di map di atas Indonesia sehingga lebih terkoneksi dengan network yang sudah ada. Apakah ada pertanyaan? Kita udah menjelang pukul 3.20. Pak Budi, mungkin ada pertanyaan Pak Budi?
Udah ada Mbak. Udah aman. Kita lihat follow up-nya nanti.
Baik. Kalau sudah tidak ada pertanyaan, saya menganggap sudah jelas. Tapi karena linknya sudah diberikan juga di chat, mohon juga kalau ada waktu diintip-intip ini ya link website GSSI atau juga Seafood Map dan mencoba untuk mendaftar. Baik, Laura, I think there's no burning question from participants and we could end this webinar. So thank you so much for introducing Seafood Map to Seafood Map and we already gave some information, also the links on the chat box, so the others can also check the link and learn about the Seafood Map. Hopefully after this, while waiting for the platform to be ready, there are some companies who registered to the Seafood Maps. Do you have any final statement before we close the webinar?
Yeah, well, thanks again for giving me the opportunity to present today. Yeah, it's of course very important for us to be in touch with Unido and with the producers themselves. And of course, we also hope that, to contribute to this and to share more and to connect, of course, Indonesia with other parts and to start with different species that are important like seaweed. So thank you so much for this space. And yeah, I hope to be in contact with you again soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Laura, and also participants. We are reaching to the final of the session. So hopefully what we had discussed today, what we present, Laura's present, and also Pak Faiz presented earlier today will be useful. Thank you so much also, Laura, for presenting all the information. Terima kasih Bapak dan Ibu sekalian telah berkenan hadir pada hari ini mendengarkan presentasi dari Laura mengenai pengenalan Seafood Map. Seperti yang sudah kami diskusikan bersama, mudah-mudahan setelah ini Bapak-Bapak dan Ibu-Ibu juga tertarik untuk mendaftarkan perusahaannya di Seafood Map. Baik, saya akhiri webinar pada hari ini. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Semua di chat ada ya baik dari Ibu Reni, Ibu Inaya for thanking for the committee and Laura. Okay, Gigi, thank you so much for making your time to attend. Baik, thank you
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you Pak Budi, also Pak Faiz.
Thank you, thank you.
Sama.
Iya.
Mbak. Yuk.
Thank you. Terima kasih semua.